So here we go, I brought the whiteboard back for today's video, and today we're going to talk about why so many stock market YouTubers have suddenly disappeared off the scene in the last 12 months. Now you might have noticed that some of the YouTubers that you watched and stock market pickers have disappeared in the last 12 months, or potentially some of those stock market pickers have stopped talking about stock market picks and our stocks that they're invested in and just talking about general finance. And some of you guys might be thinking, well, why has this happened? Where have they gone? And me as a content creator could probably today give you some insight on why that is happening a lot more. So first of all, let's talk about the reward as someone like myself that does put content out here. Now, obviously the big thing is that views and pay tie nicely together. Obviously, the more views you get, the more money you earn. Now, if you look at views at the moment, the thing is, if you're a stock market picker or a stock market investor, what has happened in the last 12 months? Well, previously we had the big boom where everyone came onto the YouTube scene, talk about stock market, picking stocks, what stocks they're buying, because stocks were going up. And obviously retail investors were massive in that time frame. Now, what generally happens in the stock market is that when we have a stock market that does very well, everyone's interested in the stocks and everyone's buying stocks. You talk to your gardener's just bought Bitcoin. Now, when the stock market starts downturning and stocks go down, nobody wants to be involved. No one's talking about stocks. And that's always an indicator of where you are in the market. And that's the same when you look at 2021. Your gardener, they were picking up some Bitcoin, and now you're looking 2022, 2023. No one goes, oh, that stock market's been going down, hasn't it, in the last few months? That's what everyone says. They don't want to get involved in it. And it's a classic when you talk about Peter Lynch as well. Peter Lynch talks about when everyone's talking about stocks, when you go to a party, everyone's talking about stocks. That's the time not to be involved in the market. When everyone's not talking about it, everyone says it's too high risk. That's normally the time you want to be investing. And that's what's happened with retail investors. The market's gone down. Retail investors have left because the market's down, and that has killed a lot of views for a lot of channels. When a lot of channels are putting out all this content, for example, everyone's getting a lot less views in this space. For example, myself, I was getting somewhere between 80 to 90k a month. Nowadays, after this stock market crash that we've had in 2022, my views have dropped to around 40k. My views have halved. That's pretty much sums up where the retail market is. We've seen half the retail market gone. So from a content creator's point of view, it's a little bit demoralizing when you've seen all these views and your views have dipped in half because the stock market's crashed. Now, without doubt, when we get back into a bull market, a lot of the views will start creeping up because investors will start coming back in. They would have missed the dips at the time, but that's also what's going on. So there's that element that a lot of content creators at the moment are just generally getting a lot less views and thinking, is it worth the time? Which then leads on to the pay, for example. If you're getting half your views, obviously you've seen half your pay drop down, and most content creators have seen their pay drop massively because they're getting half the views. An example for that is that I don't generally make too much on making this YouTube channel. Sometimes people think that this is a crazy income that you get from making stock market videos, but it's generally not. In the peak of when the views were a lot higher, I was making somewhere around, I would say, £400 a month. Currently I make about £200 for putting out this content a month on YouTube side of it. Now you think about the hours that has put in, let's say I do 5, maybe even 6 videos a month. Let's just say that I make somewhere between 20 to 25 videos a month on the YouTube channel. When you think about that, when you divide 20, 25 videos, let's say each video takes around about 2-3 hours to do, you divide that by the pay of, let's say, £200 a month, you can see why so many YouTubers went, it's not worth doing it anymore, because the work that you're putting in and the reward you're getting isn't great compared to, let's say, where it was a while ago when the pay was a lot more. So that's obviously had an impact where people look at the views, look at the pay and go, it's not really worth my time to do it. And also, as well as that, when you look at what companies are spending on the stock market, not many people are signing up or getting into the stock market at the moment. So where you had previously in 2021, you had companies absolutely trying to put adverts everywhere and trying to get people onto the platforms, you were getting a higher rate of income from YouTube as well. Nowadays, marketing budgets are being cut. You've seen this probably with Google earnings themselves. The companies are spending less money on marketing, especially in the finance space, broker space. They're not spending as much money. So as well as that, you're getting less views and also getting paid less per view as well, which obviously is a bad combination. Now for me, it's not really too much of a big deal, as most of you guys know. I've done YouTube for 6 years, I think it is now. And I think 4 of those years I didn't actually get paid for. So for me, I've always done it because I actually really enjoy doing it. So it's not a big issue for me. But for other people, you can see why that would be a big issue for them. So that's probably around about 50% of the reason. The next thing is going on to how difficult actually stock picking actually is. Now, obviously in 2020, 2021, you could come on onto a YouTube channel, you could basically talk about any stock, and most stocks were just going up and up and up. It was quite easy to be a stock market picker in 2020, 2021. Now that easy has kind of gone out the window. It's come hard work to be a stock picker, because the thing is at the moment, or in the last 12, 18 months in particular, as a stock market picker or a YouTuber, you know, it's been a lot hard work, because you're having your picks being tested a lot more, because we've been in a downtrend market and trying to get through the other side is tough. So you're going from a point where everything just went going up and everyone's like, oh yeah, that was a good pick, where you're buying stocks at the moment and a lot of them stocks are going down, and you've got to have the patience, you've got to see who actually has confidence to hold this company through this time here. And a prime example was this, is that a lot of stock picker that have been picking stocks have got a lot of hate, because when you are picking stocks, let's say I pick a stock, and let's say, even though as much as you can say you're a long-term investor and you're holding this for like 3, 4, 5 years, people will judge you off those picks in the first 2 months, 6 months, if they kind of go down. And especially like in this bear market, basically everything's gone down. You know, most stocks have gone down in this time frame. So if you were talking about any stocks that were in like 2021, good luck, because most of the stocks are down. And it's a lot easier as well, like when you look at the actual finance side of the YouTube. This is why a lot of stock market pickers have gone from the picker side to the finance side, because when you look at the finance side of it, you don't have this pressure for your picks to perform, or if there's a stock that goes down, you don't really have, you know, when you do finance video and you're talking about what is the best ISA, you know, there's not really that much pressure on it. But when you're actually talking about a stock pick, for example, and that stock pick goes down, then you start having a lot of pressure going, oh, well, you talked about so-and-so. And there's a lot of thing at the moment where people don't generally realise that when you are in this space, you know, when you are a stock picker, you are going to probably get 60, maybe 70% of the picks right. And especially when you're in a negative market like what we have had, you're going to do very well to kind of get anything right in a bear market. It's a really, really tough time to make money. So from a creator's point of view, you know, there was one of the UK YouTube channels that has really exploded recently, and they used to be stock picker, and now they just do finance videos. Now, previously when they were doing a stock picker video and when they were in 2021, I think they talked about 10 stocks to buy in 2021, and I went down the list, and I think one was the one that was down the least was down 50%, and the rest was down, you know, 60, 70, 80%. Now, that's not me having to go, because a lot of people that bought stocks in 2021, I bought stocks in 2021 that are down a lot as well. But the thing is, from their point of view, you know, why deal with the pressure of having to pick stocks, having, you know, that tough mental test of having to stay with them through a bear market? And then you're seeing your views go down, you're seeing what you're getting paid get down, you're seeing a lot of people going, oh, you talked about this stock and it's down this much in 2021, when you could go, either you stop doing videos, or you go, you know what, I'm not going to put this pressure on myself to be a stock picker. I'm actually going to go create finance videos, because all I have to do is talk about, you know, whatever the best ISA is. The money you get paid is a lot more money than what you get doing about stock picks at the moment. For example, my best performing video financially this year has been not stock market video. It's been talking about finance in general. That's been my best money making video, and it wouldn't totally make sense for me to stop doing stock picks. It would totally make sense for me to actually talk about finance videos, but I would get a bit bored doing that, and I prefer stock market picking. But you can see why so many people have gone into that sort of space. So with the combination of views being down, the actual pay being down, you look at it's been what was an easy space in 2020, 2021. You go into a hard time now in 2022 where you talk about stocks, but your stocks are going down, and it's a test now. It's a test of who can mentally hold through it, and is it worth, you know, holding through it. And then combine the factor with that you've also had to deal with the pressure that, because you talk about this stock, automatically there's a lot of people out there that start saying, oh, you talked about this stock last year and it's down so and so because we're in a bear market, and not realizing that there is going to be things that go wrong in a bear market, and then having to deal with a lot of the pressure that's also been on a lot of content creators, because the first thing that a lot of people have gone to do is that when the stocks have been down is that, oh, so and so talks about that on YouTube channel, I'm going to start going for them. And that's also the pressure that's been on. So the combination of all these factors between how hard it has been, the increased hate because of stocks going down, views being down, pays being down, it has made sense for so many YouTubers to go, you know what, it's not worth it, or in fact, if I'm going to do YouTube videos, I'm going to talk about finance because it's a lot less hard work. You don't get that negativity when it's in a bear market, and also the pay is a lot better. So that's why there's so many people that have moved away from this space. Now, obviously, probably when we come back into a bit of a bull market and people are jumping back on the stock market scene and stocks are going back up again, there probably will be that rotation back into the stock picking scene, which probably will happen. And then we might actually see some of the other people come back, or those that stop making videos come back. But until then, this is probably the situation that we're kind of in. So yeah, I thought I'd just talk about this, and obviously you guys that are viewers, you might not see this side of it, and I thought it'd be quite useful for you to see this side of it anyway. So yeah, just a bit of a random topic there today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to talk about tomorrow a new stock that I bought as well, so check that one out, and see you in a bit.